Your friend seems sad. You didn't ask why. Now you're convinced their sadness is your fault. You did nothing, yet your chest is tight. Your brain screams you should have known, should have been better. Here's what's strange. You have zero evidence you caused this, but your brain doesn't care about evidence. It only cares. Could you have prevented it? If maybe, your guilt circuits ignite. For most of human history, this kept you alive. Guilt signals you've broken a social rule and your tribe might cast you out. Cast out meant death. Your nervous system treats guilt like hunger or pain. But evolution didn't account for a world where you're responsible for thousands of strangers, where you see problems you didn't create, where your actions ripple through systems you can't control. Psychologist Michael Inslicht studied this at Toronto. When people made mistakes, one brain region lit up, the anterior cingulate cortex, your error detector. But here's what he found. It fires the same way whether you caused the mistake or merely watched it happen. Your brain doesn't separate your actions from actions around you. It detects wrongness and assumes you're implicated. But guilt is two different feelings. Real guilt comes from something you actually did. A lie told, a promise broken, a moment you acted against your values. This guilt points to action. Apologize, fix it, do better, then it releases. This is your moral compass. Then there's the other kind. Your coworker seems upset and you didn't intuit why. Someone you love struggles and you didn't prevent it. This guilt has no target, no solution, no off switch because you didn't do anything wrong. But your culture taught you that you're somehow responsible anyway. Shame researcher Harriet Lerner calls this the shame spiral. You feel guilty. Instead of addressing it, you feel shame about the guilt itself. You're a bad person for not caring enough. Then guilt about the shame. Then more shame. The cycle feeds itself forever while the actual problem never gets solved. You're locked in a loop with yourself. Your culture weaponized your empathy. You were raised to praise sensitivity to others' feelings. Good people intuit what others need. Real friends somehow know when someone struggles. If you were more attuned, more present, you would have felt it coming. This mythology became background noise, a constant whisper that other people's emotional states are your job to manage, but you have no telepathy. Your empathy is a guess, an inference, sometimes beautiful, often wrong. Your friend's sadness might have nothing to do with you. It might be their job, their body, their brain chemistry. But because love supposedly means automatic intuition, you assume you should have known. This serves a purpose, not yours. When you feel guilty for things you didn't do, you become easier to control, more compliant. You work harder to please others. You avoid boundaries because they feel selfish. You apologize constantly. You accept blame that isn't yours. Manipulative partners use guilt this way. So do governments, religions, and exploitative workplaces. Make someone guilty and they work for free. Your nervous system can't tell the difference between earned guilt and manufactured guilt. When someone looks hurt and you didn't cause it, but you still feel responsible, that's cultural conditioning. A belief system installed in you. Not truth, not biology, programming. So break the cycle. First, notice it. Something nags at you. You feel you should have done better, known better, prevented it. Ask yourself, did I actually cause this? Or did I simply fail to prevent something that might have happened anyway? These are completely different. One needs apology and repair. The other needs you to accept you're not omniscient. Second, someone else's emotions are not your job to manage. This feels wrong at first, but it's the only path to real compassion. When you stop treating yourself as responsible for everyone's inner state, you can actually help. You can ask what someone needs instead of guessing wrong and feeling guilty. Third, redirect the energy. All that guilt for things you didn't do is energy wasted. Energy that could build something you actually believe in. Energy you actually control. Your ancestors felt guilt in small tribes where their actions genuinely rippled through everyone. Guilt was information. Now you live in a world of 8 billion people. You see suffering you didn't cause. If you carry guilt for all of it, you'll burn out. You'll become numb. Guilt should be precise. It points to something specific you did, something you can fix. When it's vague, when it's about who you should have been or what you should have intuitively known, it's not guilt. It's propaganda. Tonight, ask yourself, who benefits from me feeling this way? If the answer isn't you, you've found the trap. You didn't cause everything bad around you today. You didn't intuitively know what everyone needed.
वीडियोस बनाने हैं, फिल्मोरा है ना।